that single policy marks you out from the other two parties?
Well, the policy is there. I really think tuition fees are wrong. I think it is wrong to saddle young people with 25,000 quid of debt before they've even taken a first step in adult life. First, we would campaign against any lifting of the cap on tuition fees.
There's actually more. There is more consensus than she concedes on the simple principle that people who benefit from going to university should make a contribution for the costs of that university education. The question is, how do you do it?
There will be spending cuts, but they must not be forced through too soon, because that will make the recession worse.
The party, in my view, which will win the argument during this general election campaign will be the party which strikes the right balance between generosity and restraint, hope and realism, spending and saving. As we reduce the deficit, we must cut in a way that does not make the country less fair or less green, that does not jeopardise frontline services in the NHS and schools we all depend on, and does not choke off recovery. Meanwhile, the Conservatives, well, they've started to make threats. David Cameron, George Osborne and Ken Clarke marched into the City of London the other day, and they declared that if voters didn't give them the result they want, the markets would tear the house down. Cynical. Desperate. The Tories think they're just entitled to victory. And the moment they feel it's slipping from their grasp, they start lashing out. It's a political version of a protection racket. Do what we want or else. It's the first time in our history as a party that the Liberal Democrats have ever set out a plan for net reductions in government spending. Reductions we will implement once the economy is strong enough to take the strain.
Broken promises. There have been too many in the last few years, too many in the last 30 years. In fact, our nation has been littered with them, a trail of broken promises.